Hello, all. Today we are going to talk about cultivation theory. Cultivation theory was given by George Gerbner and Larry Gross in the year 1976. Like other discipline, mass communication also has a range of theories, and cultivation theory is one among them and an important one. Half of the idea about any theory we can get when we study its background. So, treating cultivation theory on the same line, we get to know that President of the United States then, Lyndon B. Johnson, was highly interested in knowing the effect of televised content on the audiences who view it on a regular basis. Like other theory in the world, like other theories in the world, cultivation theory do rely on an assumption, and it's that mass media does have subtle effect on audiences and they unknowingly absorb the dominant messages, narratives and symbols of media. Closely observing the assumption on which this cultivation theory stands, we get to know that it consists of two components. The first one is how TV via its content constructs the image of real world, and the other component is how audiences internalize the media messages that's being portrayed by media. Actually, that's the distorted one. That's a distorted image of real world. Whenever we do any research, we outline a research methodology, means how we are going to conduct that research in coming days. So was done by Larry Cross and George Kovner. They employed a three-pronged approach, and the first step was institutional analysis. They analyzed the policies that were solely responsible for the regulation of media messages, means how much the appeals, violence and fear appeal would flow in their media messages. That was analyzed acutely. And the step 2 was analysis of masses system, means a week long sample of TV shows was collected and their methodological survey was done. Third and the important one was cultivation analysis. This will be clear when we will discuss the classification done by George Gerbner on the basis of the hours spent before television. And then we will be clear about this cultivation differential tool. Let's discuss it in further slides. Cultivation theory was not a single one theory like of uh, means like its own kind. There were several other theories before cultivation theory. There were several other studies conducted before cultivation theory, and there were a lot after cultivation theory. One of the important one is Pine Fund studies. It was done in 1920s to 30, and in Pine Fund studies, young children were studied, means how their routine behavior, their sleeping order, eating eating attitudes, emotional and other changes was noticed, means if movies influence them, the young children, it was noted. And there was another study in the year 2009 done by Nandini, and this theory strengthened actually the assumption of cultivation theory. It was done on the TV serials in India. George Gubner also classified the viewers on the basis of how many hours they spent before television. Heavy were heavy viewers were one who spent more than 4 hours every day. Light viewers were who spent less than 2 hours, and the medium viewers were who spent the time between light and heavy viewers. Mean they spent 2 to 4 hours, in between 2 to 4 hours every day. So as we have said that viewer classification will help us in understanding the cultivation analysis. Here the analysis of social reality among the viewers means analysis of social reality among the heavy, light and medium viewers was done with a varying amount of exposure, means how much amount they spent, how many hours they spent before the television content. Cultivation differential tool was devised to measure the cultivation of a particular attitude relative to other viewers. Means heavy viewers means the probability of cultivating a particular behavior just by watching a televised content, a particular one, was probably on a higher scale among the heavy viewers as compared to the medium and light viewers. Like other theories, cultivation theory has also some of the key terms. Without without understanding these key terms, understanding the cultivation theory and its wholesome would be little difficult. So let's have a look towards them. First one is mean world syndrome. In the mean world syndrome, whenever the viewers, means especially the heavy ones, they spend more than 4 hours every day before TV, they see the televised content and start believing more about the portrayed world rather than believing on the actual world. They start thinking that it's very dangerous to live in this world. This world is full of criminal minded people. Crime and deceit is everywhere dispersed in this world. There's nothing good in this world. If I have to survive, I have to live aptly in this world, I too have to be mean and selfish. And accordingly, I have to act well. Resonance. Whenever there is similarity between real and real life, the probability of cultivation goes high. Mainstreaming. Whenever we see a particular hairstyle, particular getup that's being carried by top characters in a TV show or celebrities around the reel, around the trending reel section, we start emulating that in our daily lives also, especially the teenagers. TikTok trends. TikTok trends, nobody has forgot. Still out of the India, it's being practiced. So whatever there was on the 15 seconds reel, the people emulated that in their lives, and the mainstreaming of the stream televised content was done. Mass acceptance, mass acceptance of the values, of the ideas that were circulated through televised content was done, and this is what we mean by mainstreaming. Like other theories, cultivation theory also lacks upon some of the things, and the first one, the major blunder that cultivation theory made it was it underestimated us, our cognition, and treated us like passive beings. Whatever we see for a reason. We take a decision to accept or reject a particular thing. There is always a why, there is always a reason behind it. It's not like anything there was shown on the TV, said by some character in the show, and we did accordingly. No, we apply our logic and reason to accept a thing or to reject a thing. There is always a why behind any action of acceptance or rejection. And also, the characteristics, individual characteristics and background of viewers was totally ignored. Whenever whenever any criminal was there, a, a total wholesome blame was all given to the televised content the crime doer watched before doing that crime, instead of having instead of having a scrutiny of the behavior of the back history of viewer. Also, there was focus on hours before TV instead of counting the time that was spent in watching those shows that were high in violence and crime. And the last and in the last section, if you like the video, do share, and if you have suggestions, please and subscribe it also. Thank you.